Hell of a thing. They're saying Leonardo DiCaprio has fled to Italy to avoid the P. Diddy debacle.
There are reports that Diddy has a list of over 200 celebrities that could be humiliated by what he could reveal or worse. Could he take some of these people down with him if he were to testify? And it's everyone, politicians, musicians, models, movie stars. There will be a lot of nervous people thanks to that press conference.
How many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
As the fallout from Diddy's arrest continues to intensify, several celebrities have reportedly stepped away from the spotlight, retreating to vacation homes in Europe and other secluded locations where they can avoid the constant questions surrounding their connections to the case. And given the growing legal scrutiny, that reaction isn't exactly surprising. The Miami raid on Diddy's property reportedly uncovered a large amount of evidence, including recordings that prosecutors say could be relevant to the investigation. Now, speculation is spreading across Hollywood, with some familiar names facing renewed attention. One celebrity keeping a particularly low profile is Kevin Hart, who has had a long-running public rivalry with Cat Williams.
Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
I hosted for Diddy. Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls so we can be in the bedroom with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. You asking the wrong person the wrong question. Don't sound like your question. Say pause. Don't acknowledge this. It has nothing to do with me and Puff. Nothing to do with me and Puff right now. Hold on.
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person.
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody gives out, just me and the lady. What I do best? Oh! Did the camera catch that? Got the camera!
That is one bikini-clad woman's hair catching on fire in the hot tub. None of the celeb guests at this party have been accused of any wrongdoing.
Before we get into the actual clips, an explosive new claim has surfaced that could add another layer to the controversy. An actor has alleged that he possesses video footage suggesting Kevin Hart and Diddy may have shared a connection involving the same woman, raising questions about what may have happened behind closed doors. According to the claim, the footage supposedly points toward intimate encounters involving the 2 celebrities. If the footage exists and is accurately represented, it could add another unexpected twist to a story already filled with speculation, controversy, and unanswered questions.
I have insider information on Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is. This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022-2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro. Oh my God, from Puff.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick that he was doing on our TV show. The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was going to use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now, at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now, Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having, because once again, he's married. Kinda weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? Now listen, I'm just an ordinary blue-collar worker from Jersey, okay? Who happens to be dating a famous OF model, which is how I got on the show in the first place. Now, I'm not a social media star, I'm not famous, I have no reason to lie about any of this shit, okay? Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys all this is because when I was in Hollywood filming this TV show, I went through some sick, twisted.
Next on the list is a story that Kevin Hart himself reportedly helped bring into the spotlight. Remember that unforgettable Diddy party hosted by Kevin? During the event, Diddy appeared to let slip some unexpected details about his past with Usher, something he seemed to realize he probably shouldn't have revealed. He casually mentioned that he and Usher had once woken up together and even wrestled back in the day. That comment immediately sparked speculation about the nature of their relationship and left people wondering whether there was more to their history than the public had previously understood. Of course, the comment alone doesn't establish anything beyond what was actually said.
Usher off the Garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was stupid.
Listen. We're having a good time, yo. Are you Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
While Diddy and Usher may have spoken casually about their history, there's a far more troubling side to the story people continue questioning. Usher was still extremely young when he entered Diddy's circle, something Diddy himself has publicly discussed. Over the years, allegations and rumors have raised questions about what Usher may have witnessed or experienced during that period. Some accounts have even claimed that the intense lifestyle eventually affected his well-being and led to serious consequences. Whatever happened behind closed doors, that chapter of Usher's early career continues to fuel disturbing questions today.
I know, and people know, that was around there in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows, the white guy with the curly hair, what's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Damn, man, and you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you. Let Usher mama explain that to you. And the hospital was in Scarsdale, New York.
The next high-profile celebrity reportedly stepping away from the spotlight is none other than Oscar-winning actor Leonardo DiCaprio. According to circulating reports, DiCaprio has been spending time in Italy, fueling speculation about whether he's simply enjoying a private getaway or trying to avoid the growing attention surrounding Diddy's case. His sudden absence has raised eyebrows, especially because of his long-standing public association with Diddy. Could there be more behind their past connection than fans realize, or is this simply another celebrity vacation being overanalyzed? And reportedly joining DiCaprio on the getaway is his longtime friend and actor Tobey Maguire, adding another unexpected layer to the story.
Guys, I taped this interview with Dale Wheatley before the Diddy accusations came out, and since taping, Leonardo DiCaprio has been connected to Sean Combs.
Who's the person that's #1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
We're going to look more into this in the future, but first, I wanted to share this exclusive interview with Dale where he reveals a lot of stuff about Leo and Tobey Maguire that I really don't think they're going to like.
One of the biggest actors in the world is Leonardo DiCaprio. He doesn't like talking about his past, and one guy's got a lot to say about that. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. Ages ago, I did a video over on my channel, Hugging the Cactus, where I met this individual, Dale Wheatley. So glad to have you back on the show, sir. Welcome to Popcorn Planet.
Thank you. I'm so glad to see you. You look amazing, and I cannot believe how far you've come. It's amazing. I can't.
Oh, both of us, dude. You just got a book. You're on it. Let me recap the audience because we got some juicy stuff to tell you guys. But Dale and I are reconnecting because it's been a while. Dale Wheatley was a writer-producer on a film that you may have heard of. It's one of these indie films that really got a lot of people talking, and it was called Don's Plum. If you're unfamiliar with this film, we actually did a piece on this over on Hugging the Cactus a while back. Dale's here now because he's now written a book that we're here to promote. I want to make sure you guys check it out. It's called Too Real, a Hollywood memoir. I thought, you know what? I made a really good sizzle of you last time we did this. Let's reintroduce folks, because not a lot of people saw this video. You can watch the whole interview there. But how far we've come. Here's the setup of what happened to Dale.
This is Dale Wheatley, a filmmaker who scored the ultimate dream of making his first feature film, starring his friends, slowly rising stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. The film was Don's Plum, a black and white slice of 90s life that was poised for success and accolades, but instead got served court orders by his own friends, blocking the film's release, destroying friendships, and canceling careers.
These guys, were my friends.
I feel so betrayed. The effort to stop the film was led by Tobey Maguire. He gathered all of their mutual friends, including DiCaprio, and laid out a plot where Dale was allegedly planning to embarrass Leo in the press if Tobey didn't support the movie. Dale vehemently denies this, and it does seem odd Dale would attempt to badmouth anyone in the press when Miramax was already bidding for the film. In fact, a Premiere Magazine article on Don's Plum published back in November 1998 confirms this, when Jason Blum of Blumhouse fame, who was a Miramax executive at the time, confirmed that Miramax wanted to buy Don's Plum, and that DiCaprio's rep wanted Blum to warn Miramax boss Harvey Weinstein that there would be consequences if they went ahead with the acquisition. Based off of untrue and nefarious statements from Tobey Maguire, DiCaprio went
Oh my God! Sorry to pause it. I gotta look at that. Look at that smile. We're gonna get there. The evilness of Tobey Maguire is coming, but just wanted you to see the backstory.
And especially when you hear the audio on that.
Yeah.
He's excommunicating Dale from the industry that he loved. The effects of that still hit Dale to this day. In 2014, he had gotten interested in one of his projects from a big-time Hollywood producer. As soon as he found out about Don's Plum, he opted out of the project, stating he couldn't afford to get on the wrong side of DiCaprio. Dale recently decided to set the record straight and release the film free at freedonsplum.com. I was excited to talk to Dale directly to finally allow him to share his side of the story and what he's learned over all these years. I'm Andy Signor, and
that was Hugging the Cactus. Now, things have changed. Popcorn Planet ended up being the thing that took off for me, so I'm so glad to give you a platform once again, Dale, because your story was an important one. And guys, I wanted to give you that backstory so you could see, like, these were hurt feelings, friendships that were destroyed. Art was kicked to the curb. There was a lot of stuff that went wrong. And it also speaks to the abuse of power. And all of this now, it's been 10 years in the making. Dale finally has a book out there that details the whole Hollywood memoir of this experience, and I'm glad to get into it. So Dale, look, I know you got to sell this book. We got a lot to say. We don't have a lot of time to say it, but I want to help people understand there is some salacious stuff in this book. Now, what I loved about the book, guys, and Dale, you told me the preface is really amazing. He sort of explains this right out the gate, how everything's true, and you didn't even seek out lawyers because you're like, bring it on. I'm going to stand by what I believe. And you also go in and really explain why you're doing this book, how to help you get through this, to call out the abuses of power.
In a developing story, reports are circulating that Ellen DeGeneres may have left the country shortly after Diddy's arrest, immediately putting renewed attention on her long-standing connection with him. Ellen was known for hosting major Hollywood gatherings, where Diddy was reportedly a frequent guest, and the two also shared multiple public appearances over the years. Diddy's repeated visits to the Ellen DeGeneres show helped create the image of a close celebrity friendship and gave him a highly visible platform. Now, those old appearances are being revisited by fans looking for clues about their relationship. Some moments from the show have also sparked speculation online, with viewers interpreting Diddy's comments as hints of a deeper connection. However, those appearances alone do not establish any wrongdoing.
Many have speculated that A-list celebrities who have spent time with Combs over the years could be getting subpoenas even as we speak. And one of the biggest names now getting extra scrutiny is Ellen DeGeneres. So between 2006 and 2022, Combs appeared as a guest on DeGeneres' daytime talk show more than a dozen times.
17 times! I've been on the show 17 times!
And during his first appearance in 2006, Combs wasn't really shy about sharing private details.
I'm definitely a nighttime person.
Like, what time do you stay up till?
I stay up till like maybe 6 in the morning. I'm back up at like 10:30, 11.
6 in the morning? What do you do every night till 6 in the morning? You don't go to clubs every night.
No, I mean, I make love a lot. And,
That's
Ellen,
my favorite answer ever.
Many clips of his guest spots have resurfaced recently, including discussions between Combs and Ellen about his infamous parties.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
And years later, Combs said he wanted to attend one of Ellen's parties.
I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Now, the two seem to kind of dance around the apparently open secret that Combs' parties were beyond wild, with reports of and multiple participants and more. And as the allegations against Combs have mounted, many have called his interviews with Ellen now creepy.
So no money on you?
I mean, it's just a little bit of money on me.
Oh, you do have money on you. Lord have mercy. Where are you going after this? It's all 20s. Where are you going after this? What are you doing?
You know we doing what we plan to do, girl.
But I have to be clear about something. There is a difference between a wild party and something that is criminal, okay? There's a difference between having a great time and something that's an illegal freak-off. And having said that, remember when I told you about those freak-offs, right? Cassandra Ventura, as well as prosecutors, said in legal filings that people forced to participate would often have to get IV drips to recover from exhaustion and prolonged drug use. While in 2016, Combs appeared on stage with blue gauze around his arm and explained that he was just getting an IV drip backstage. He'd apparently arrived at the studio with it.
They said that I would have to stay. I said, no, I have to go. I said I could pull that out myself. So I walk in and I'm talking to Ellen. I have the IV and then the blood is going down. I start to panic. I go into the bathroom and I pulled it out myself and I just made it here and I love you.
I love you too.
So of course the natural question is, what was going on right before this taping? And to be very, very clear about something, Ellen DeGeneres has not been accused of anything. She is not listed in any one of the government's filings. The only reason we are talking about this now is because we are going back and looking at these old interviews, looking at these old comments, looking at these old interactions to see if potentially they could play a role in his criminal case.
The Ellen DeGeneres Show had faced years of criticism over allegations of a toxic workplace environment, and the death of DJ Steven Twitch Boss months after the show's final episode brought another wave of public attention. In May 2022, the show officially came to an end, while Boss's death later that year was ruled a suicide by authorities. Friends, family, and fans expressed deep shock, especially because he was widely known as a devoted husband and father of 3 children. His death understandably raised emotional questions among people who knew him, but there is no established evidence connecting it to Ellen or her professional circle. The controversy continues to fuel online speculation, despite the official ruling.
Now, as for Steven Twitch Boss, he died on December 13th, 2022, and the official cause of death was ruled as a self-inflicted wound to the head. But even now, fans are still trying to wrap their heads around this tragedy, and a lot of them are still not buying the official story. Now,
yeah, guys, I never really fully grasped, how this happened. But I get it. I mean, when it comes to people doing things to themselves because they're sick of existing, a lot of the times they do kind of act like he was acting up until. Extremely positive, funny, cheery, like making videos, funny dance videos, and all types of things that just exuded positivity and happiness. But in all actuality, that is obviously a mask, completely a mask, for him to do what he did.
Here's what we know about Steven's passing. On Monday, December 12th, he left his home on foot and checked into the Oak Tree Inn Motel in Encino, Los Angeles. Just a quick 15-minute stroll from the house he shared with his wife, Allison, and their 3 children. The next day, Allison freaked out when she saw that Twitch was gone while his car was still in its place, and she ran to the local police station, begging them to take Twitch's disappearance seriously. Allison told the police that something was off because Twitch never went anywhere without his car, and several officers followed Allison back to the house to look for clues about Twitch's whereabouts. But shortly after, the motel where Twitch had checked in the previous day called the police and said they found Twitch in the bathroom of his room. But despite the official ruling on the cause of death, fans had a tough time wrapping their heads around the idea that Twitch would do this because he never once shared that he was struggling with anything. And at least from the outside, he seemed like a genuinely happy person who adored his family. In fact, not too long before he passed, Twitch and Allison revealed that they were seriously considering adding another little one to the family.
Oh my God, do you miss having a newborn in the house?
I sure do.
No.
Uh-oh.
I think we would love to start trying for another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what? How you feel? Look, she said she missed it. How you feel?
No, listen, Guys, here's the thing. Listen, kids are amazing once they actually are older and can speak. I would say 5 and up. Anything from 0 to 5 is completely miserable in your household. Bro. I mean, you can lie and say you like that, right? But you're wrong. It's terrible. What is? Can we just fast forward? I would love to fast forward kids to 5 years old at least.
No, but we really do. I love the little babies. I love them, and to be quite, it's a constant conversation.
Also,
what's amazing about it?
Celebrated their 9th wedding anniversary just 4 days before Twitch's tragic passing, and Twitch shared this sweet tribute to Allison on IG. To be clear, just because someone looks happy from the outside doesn't mean that they're not struggling in private, and depressed people are often good at masking their symptoms, even in front of their loved ones. On the other hand, a lot of people felt something seemed off about the official narrative of Twitch's passing, especially the part about this mysterious note he left in the motel room. It was initially reported in the media that no note was found at the scene, but law enforcement sources later confirmed to TMZ that Twitch left a note in which he alluded to past challenges, but they didn't disclose what kind of challenges Twitch was referring to. And even with the note and the official autopsy report, many fans are still saying there's way too much fishy business surrounding Twitch's death, and they're just not buying the idea that he would leave his family. And now that Ellen's friendship with Diddy is in the spotlight, some sources are speculating that Twitch was being blackmailed with something. Now, let me be clear. There is no proof that Twitch himself was close to Diddy or attended any of his parties.
They checked around Twitch and Allison's home looking for any clues. The 911 call from the motel had come in just shortly after Allison had contacted the cops, so that's how this all came together.
Diddy's story often brings Jennifer Lopez back into the conversation because of their highly publicized relationship in the 1990s and the legal controversy surrounding a 1999 nightclub shooting. Lopez was questioned in connection with that case, while rapper Shine was ultimately convicted and served prison time. Over the years, various claims have circulated about Lopez's involvement, including allegations that she helped Diddy avoid responsibility, but those claims are disputed and shouldn't be treated as established fact. Recent online speculation has also suggested that J.Lo left the country to avoid renewed scrutiny, although there is no verified evidence establishing that motive.
There's a lot to unpack in Lil Rod's lawsuit, and several celebrity names that are dropped too, like Prince Harry, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Jennifer Lopez. J.Lo brings us back to that 1999 nightclub shooting, which investigators may soon take a closer look at. Here's what Lil Rod's lawsuit says, quote, Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J.Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Another huge name that was dropped in this civil suit is Jennifer Lopez, or J.Lo, who was dating Diddy at the time, and according to Lil Rod's lawsuit, she carried an illegal firearm that was used in the shooting. Now, she was charged at the time, but then those charges were dropped. What does all of this mean for J.Lo? Is it possible that the feds are already talking to her?
It's absolutely possible, and I would say you would have to. Now she may, divorce herself for the whole thing and say, no, I don't remember, I wasn't there, it never happened. But yeah, she's accused of not only carrying the gun into the club for Diddy, but then once the altercation happened, handing Diddy the gun that he then used in the shooting, allegedly. So she would certainly be on the witness list to talk to, take a statement from her, see what her recollection is, see what her attitude is. And she'd be somebody that they would be very interested in speaking with.
So it's possible J.Lo is talking to the feds about what's happening now, but it's also possible that an investigation into the 1999 shooting is reopened. For those unfamiliar, it happened on December 27th, 1999 at about 2:55 a.m. A fight broke out at a nightclub in New York City between Diddy, Jamal Barrow, known as the rapper Shine, and this guy, Matthew Allen, who went by the nickname Scar. Guns were drawn and 3 people were shot. No one suffered any life-threatening injuries and the victims were not involved with the fight. But that's where we get these famous mugshots of Diddy and J.Lo because they were arrested in connection to the shooting. J.Lo's charges were dropped, but the charges for Diddy and Shine held up. Some witnesses say they believe Diddy was responsible for the shooting, but it was Shine who faced the more severe charges, 3 counts of attempted murder and criminal possession of a weapon. Both Diddy and Shine went to trial, where Shine maintained he acted in self-defense. Diddy was acquitted, but Shine was sentenced to 10 years in prison. He was released in 2009 and deported to his home country of Belize.
Shine may have had his own reasons for defending Diddy, but claims about J.Lo's involvement have kept the story alive for years. Now, another allegation is drawing attention. One of J.Lo's former husbands has reportedly been linked to claims about celebrities allegedly appearing in Diddy's tapes. But here's where things get interesting. Exactly which ex-husband is supposedly revealing these secrets? Is it Mark Anthony or someone else from her past? Before believing the claims, it's important to separate verified information from online speculation.
J.Lo and her involvement with Diddy, what do we know? I wish J.Lo herself would come out and say what she knows, and she's just not, and that just makes her a little bit more guilty in my eyes. How can you not even just condone the Cassie video, J.Lo? It makes no sense. Well, now her first husband, Ohani Noah, is out there speaking up about the singer, blaming Diddy for the divorce. We're going to get to more of his opinions regarding the freak-offs and some Diddy information. But he explains during the fallout of their marriage, he alleges that part of the divorce was Diddy's fault. Lopez had begun working closely with Combs in New York on her debut album On the 6th. Meanwhile, Noah was in LA working at Lopez's Pasadena restaurant, Madres. There in that distance and that separation was where the deception started, he stated. Shortly after the divorce, Combs and Lopez stepped out as a couple in 1999. They dated for 2 years before splitting in 2001. But here was happier times with Ohani and J-Lo. They were first husband from 97 to 98. Noah also alleged that Lopez had blocked him from landing TV gigs. I would ask Jennifer, what did I do to you that you have taken me so to court? You have accused me, you have lied, you have created false things about me, and you have called several companies to throw me out and different television networks not giving me work, he recounted. Lopez's representations never spoke up. But yeah, what's going on? What is up with this relationship? Now, I wasn't there, I don't know, but Ohani's going out even further. In a new post he put out in social media, on Instagram, this was actually a couple weeks ago, but more and more claims have been coming up. I wanted to sort of connect them all together for you. But he responded, not only saying that he was part of the freak-off parties, but let's just read what he wrote. So here he was on Instagram. Now, you can read it in Spanish if you went there. I'm going to read it in English here. I'm not on the list. To those people and media outlets asking if I ever went or participated in that piece of Diddy's freak-off parties, no and no, never. But my ex-wife, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, did ask her. Oh, and ask her about the X tapes and the 734 toys and the baby oil. Hashtag Diddy list, hashtag Diddy freak-off list, hashtag I'm not on the list. Good for you, honey. And here he did provide a list. Now, I don't know. I can't verify that this list is accurate. I mean, these are people that have been seen with him or I guess invited to parties. It doesn't mean they're all there doing the criminal behavior. To be fair, I cover myself legally. But sure enough, on this list, he's providing Jennifer Lopez. He's spotlighted. Now, I'd love to have you on, Ohani. Please, I've actually reached out. I hope we can get him on the show. I'd love to hear from him directly and get his thoughts on this.
So what do you think? When these celebrities eventually return, will they simply walk through the airport like nothing happened, or could some of them face serious questions from authorities? Are these disappearances just private vacations, or is there more happening behind the scenes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next update. Until then, fam, keep it real.